Like everyone else, Nikki's gaze is fixated on Yuna. She looks down at her own chest, then back at Yuna, and sighs.
Life is so unfair. What?
Kaori snaps back to reality and hits me hard. Ow! Why?
Stop being a pervert!
Why are you hitting me? I saw you looking. Don't be jealous. What's with the hitting? Hey, I saw you looking too. You snapped back to reality. You were staring too.
No?
Her cheeks flare, betraying her guilt.
I wouldn't do something like that!
Yeah, okay, your face says otherwise. Yuna tries to cover up, clearly mortified. Oh, this is gonna be a great time at the beach. Kaori's already hit me once. The day is winding down, and it'll be dark soon. It's been quite a fun day at the beach, a nice way to sit and relax. Let's head home, or spend a little more time with Kaori. Well, she was bouncing that beach ball around a little bit, so let's see what she's up to. I walk over to Kaori. Hey, Kaori, what are you up to? In response, she throws the ball at me. I'm gonna catch. The ball travels slowly in the air and lands gracefully in my hands. I mean, it is a beach ball after all. Can't go that fast.
Nice catch.
Thanks. She seems distracted. Are you okay?
Yeah.
That sounds like you've got something on your mind. She doesn't say anymore, but instead looks out towards the ocean. While she's not paying attention, I toss the ball back to her. As expected, it bounces off of her chest before she catches it.
What? Hey! Don't throw things when I'm not looking!
She hurls the ball back to me. Instead of catching it, I volley it back. Kaori blinks in surprise, but her reflexes kick in and she leaps out of her chair to return it. We continue to volley the ball back and forth, hitting it further and further away from each other so the other person has to scramble to return it. Once the ball hits the ground, we stop. Now, who dropped the ball first? Am I the one who missed the shot? Or was it Kaori? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. My breathing is heavy as I sit down to rest. Kaori did not go easy on me. She made sure I was running around the whole time. Kaori collects the ball and comes beside me.
Thanks.
For what?
Do I need to spell it out for you?
Yes, I'm a little slow. She sighs.
For playing volleyball, or whatever that was, with me.
Oh, sure. Were you hoping to play with the group? She shrugs.
I thought maybe it was something we could do. My sisters and I would play every time we came to the beach. It just feels off to come here and not play.
Ah, we learned something more. She has sisters. I'm glad I could help.
Normally, we'd play in the water, but I guess this will have to do.
She glances at the sky.
It's getting dark, so we should probably head back.
Oh, okay. I'll go get Sho and Mayu.
Alright, I'll tell Valerie and Yuna.
Well, that was kind of an anticlimactic way to end the beach day with her. That's different, but she seems to be liking us a little bit more. Let's see what Sho and Mayu are up to.
I can't talk to you when you're like this. You need some time to calm down. Maybe then you'll listen to reason.
Don't you dare!
May spins on her heel and walks away, her footsteps echoing behind her.
May! Ugh!
Kaori lets out a scream of frustration into her hands. As she turns around, she notices me.
How long have you been there?
A very long time. I just got here long enough to enjoy the show. I didn't hear anything. Well, I'm gonna go with I didn't hear anything. I don't think she'd appreciate that I was just kind of here and overheard stuff of what was going on between her and May. So, nothing at all. I don't listen to things that don't concern me.
You didn't hear any of that?
It's none of my business. Neither confirms nor denies that I heard anything. But I'm just saying it's none of my business, no need to talk about it. Kaori's anger softens. She seems to appreciate that answer. Obviously, this is a sensitive subject. As much as I'd like to know who Ryota is, what happened between them, and what part Mei has to play in all of this, Kaori looks upset enough as it is. Pushing her will make her close up to me even more, so we're just gonna leave that subject drop, and hopefully it doesn't affect our match against Anabu Geisha. Well, that was an interesting meeting with Yuri from Dashu, but in the meantime, I still have some time before I should go home. What should I do to clear my mind? Because he's brought up quite a few things I'm still wondering about Yuna myself. Let's see what Kaori's up to, duh. The match against Anabu Geisha lingers in my mind. I've watched some replays of their past matches, and they are predominantly a melee-oriented team. My best practice against them would be to practice with Kaori and Aura. And, of course, to spend some time with Kaori, of course. That just goes without saying. She doesn't answer when I call, but I make my way to the hangar anyway. When I arrive, I see Kaori is already in a simulation match. No wonder she's not answering her phone. After grabbing her attention, she agrees to play against me. I boot up Eagle and enter into a simulation with Aura.
Hi-ya!
Aura thrusts forward with an aggressive stab. Dodge easily. I easily dodge her attack. Her gear loses balance and stumbles forward. And a counterattack. Eagle uses counterattack. It's super effective. Aura has fainted. Has been depowered.
Again?
Kaori's frustration is audible through the comm. This marks her 4th consecutive loss. She's playing too aggressively and not planning out any tactics. Let's take a break.
No! We need to keep practicing.
I'd like to take a break for a minute. This isn't really practice for me. No, you're sucking too much. Well, don't want to offend her. I'd like to take a break for a minute. I need to get a drink. We can continue after.
Fine.
Yeah, that's right. You see my reasoning here. Aura disconnects from our virtual simulation. I do the same, then hop out of my cockpit and reconvene with Kaori at her gear. Her arms are crossed and she has a sour look on her face. Kaori? She looks up at me. Hi. She blinks at me rapidly before her arms fall to her side and she sighs.
Hi.
I know better than to ask if you're okay, but...
Yes, I am. Sorry about earlier.
Say what now? No, it's okay. Her body relaxes and she takes a more welcoming posture. I think she's pleased by how I brought that up. And she's smiling.
We absolutely can't lose to Anabu Geisha.
We won't. What's the big deal anyway? Then get your head in the game. Well, we won't. We're not going to lose. You got me, you got Sho, you got Mayu. We make a great team. Don't worry. Let's not forget, we are currently an undefeated team. Kaori nods slowly.
As a newly found team, I'm honestly a little surprised by our hot streak.
And we're keeping that streak going, right?
Of course. Not even Mei can ruin this for us.
I blink at her. Where did that come from? Regardless, her mood certainly seems to be lifted. I'm glad we got that sorted out. Kaori nods but can't quite hide her yawn. She covers her mouth and after taking another look at her, I notice bags under her eyes. It looks like she used makeup to cover it up so I wouldn't notice. Kaori wears makeup? Someone stayed up all night. I'm worried about you. Well, let's just come out and say I'm worried about you. We've been over this, Kaori. You have to take care of yourself or you'll get sick.
What are you talking about?
The yawn, the bags under your eyes. Kaori shakes her head.
I'm fine.
I cross my arms and look at her sternly. Now it's my turn to... Really? You're gonna go over this again with me? You really think you can fool Sylar? No, you can't. Yeah, sit in silence. You know I'm right. My look doesn't change.
Okay, maybe I spent a little extra time at the daycare this week. And brought some marking work home.
And how long did you stay up doing that?
Just until like 2 a.m. It really wasn't that bad.
And let me guess, we have PE class every couple of days. That's really early in the morning. So that would be, what, less than 3 hours of sleep on those days? 2 a.m.?
I don't know why you're making this into such a big deal. Stop worrying about me.
I can't stop worrying about you. Kaori blinks. I just realized how that sounded. But she turned a shade of pink, so it's a good thing. I mean, as my teammate, that's exactly what I meant. Don't comment. No, that's exactly what I meant. Kaori waits for me to correct myself, but I don't. She furrows her brow and seems a little confused by how to respond.
If I do, will you stop, annoying me so much about it?
She's starting to sound like herself again. Yes, but deep inside, no.
Okay, but I'd only be doing it so you'd stop pestering me.
I'm gonna do it either way. I smile. Works for me. Should we get back to training?
Yes, of course.
I don't feel any less guilty.
I shouldn't have acted that way earlier.
No, it was my stupid comments. I never should have said something like that.
Hey, we said some things in the heat of the moment. It's okay. It'll all get sorted out somehow. I guess they still feel guilty too. So let's give Kaori her space like May suggested, or send me to check up on her. Well, as much as I would love to trust her old friend an old friend of hers that goes way back, I think now, if I go to check on her, it's going to be a good thing. She's starting to open up to me. Let's go check up on her. I'll go see if she's okay.
No, let me do it.
I don't think she'll be too happy to see you right now, Sho.
He's right.
Sho frowns but doesn't protest. You guys can head out. I'll text you once everything is okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's no point in you guys just standing around here.
Let us know if we can help.
Will do. I wave at the pair and jog in the direction Kaori went. The sun dips low in the sky as the evening rolls in. I search several locations for Kaori until I arrive at one of the more secluded campus quads. There's only one student sitting on the bench with a bag at her feet. Kaori's face is bent over her chest, and I can hear faint sniffles. She probably wants to be alone right now, embrace her, or console her. Oh, I'm going straight for the embrace right now. She shouldn't be alone right now. Not when she's hurting like this. I want to wrap my arms around her and let her know that I'm here for her. There's no turning back once I do this. Should I go through with it? Yes. Kaori. She's startled by my presence and jumps to her feet.
I wasn't...
She grabs at her bag but misses.
I have to go.
I grab her hand as she turns away from me and pull her into my chest. She freezes as I wrap my arms around her. There it is. We're finally making the moves. Oh, she is so surprised. At first, she doesn't move. Then she begins to squirm, but I refuse to let go. It's okay, Kaori. I'm here. You're not alone. Oh, please don't cry. Please don't cry. Slowly, her body relaxes, but her breathing is uneven. Tiny droplets of moisture drip onto my shoulder. There you go. Accept it. Sylar is here for you now. I pull her closer and let her cry for as long as she needs. She returns my embrace and leads her head on my shoulder. I don't know how long we stayed like this before Kaori calms down. As her breathing steadies, I gently pull away. Kaori's hands linger on me before they drop to her side. She sits back down on the bench, and I sit beside her. Are you okay, Kaori? She nods as her gaze locks onto mine.
I was being pretty stupid, wasn't I?
Nah, I'm not at liberty to say.
Sho was trying to tell me I was wrong. Even Mayu was upset.
She sighs.
And the worst part is that they have every right to be mad at me. I know I'm not the easiest person to be around. And you've all been so patient with me. Just knowing that you guys are upset. That it was me who hurt my friends.
She chokes up. Friends fight all the time. You're only human. You have to move on. You know what? Friends fight all the time. I've certainly fought with quite a few of my friends on several occasions, but we're still friends. Hey, stop thinking like that. Kaori wipes roughly at her eyes. Being friends means that we forgive each other. And believe me, they've already forgiven you. Kaori looks up at me.
You think so?
I know so. Kaori wipes away her remaining tears and takes a deep breath.
It wasn't just the match.
What do you mean?
It's just been a really stressful week. And I guess it finally got to me.
She plays with the sleeve of her blazer.
I've been putting in a lot of hours at the daycare, and midterms are coming up. I need to maintain my marks to keep my scholarships, and it's also overwhelming. And to add to all of that, we had to go against May.
Speaking of which, what's the history between you and May? She's quiet, and I wonder if she'll answer.
She and I were best friends until she betrayed me.
What did she do? Kaori sighs.
It was back in middle school. I told her a secret crush I had, and she went and blurted it out to him.
You mean Ryota? She glances sharply at me, and now I'm going to die.
I forgot you knew. Yeah, Ryota. Long story short, that ruined my friendship with both him and May.
Are you sure about that? May still treats you like your best friends.
I know. That annoys me even more. It's as if she doesn't believe she did anything wrong. She doesn't believe it's her fault that I lost both of my best friends.
Ryota was her best friend? For some reason, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't know you were that close with Ryota. It was a long time ago, though. It shouldn't matter now. Kaori looks questioningly at me.
Well, yeah. The three of us were inseparable. That's why I can't forgive May.
I don't think that's why she acts like nothing happened. I think she's trying to reach out and make amends. I think the reason she pretends nothing happened is because she misses you.
Really?
She speaks softly, and although she tries to play it cool, I can tell she's thinking about my words. Yeah. She falls silent. I enjoy the silence with her. It is A good night, it seems. We are victorious. We're still undefeated. I profess my love to you. A soft breeze rustles the leaves in the trees and feels cool on my skin. I listen to the hum of nature and let the tranquility wash over me. Kaori stirs beside me. I think I see a blush in her cheeks.
Thanks.
For what? Anytime. Where's my reward, Kaori? Well, for what? I play the dumb card. For... Kaori sighs. Yes, I'm gonna make you spell this out.
You're really dense sometimes.
I guess you rubbed off on me. She hits my arm, but smiles.
Meanie.
I grin at her.
Anyways, it's starting to get late. I'm going to head home.
I nod. Want me to walk back with you?
No, it's okay. You've already done a lot for me.
Doesn't mean I can't do a little bit more. Are you sure? She nods. Oh, and there's a heart emoji. It's a good night for sure. All right. She stands up and picks up her bag.
Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you know you will. I smile. See you then. When she disappears around the corner, I head back to my bike. Wow, she really just opened up, and I'm glad she feels somewhat the same way. I replay Kaori and my conversation in the quad as I drive myself home. My thoughts always slip back to that one moment when her arms are wrapped around my back. I mean, that is a good feeling. Not gonna lie there, that would be a great feeling. I turn off my alarm and stretch, then let out a groan. Yesterday was a really intense day, and I'm certainly feeling it now. At least it's Friday. With a regretful sigh, I roll out of bed and prepare for my classes. I wonder how Kaori is today. I'm about to text her when I hesitate. I don't want to seem overbearing. Kaori needs some space to process everything that happened yesterday. I'm confident she'll find me when she's ready. Though, at the same time, I could see wanting to send a text just to make sure she's okay. She, too, had a big day. I grab a quick breakfast and drive to school. As soon as I grab my phone, it rings but cuts out immediately after the first ring. The heck? That's weird. I glance at my missed calls. It was Kaori. I bet she's going to ask me about the Dashu's event. I call her back, but she doesn't pick up. I shoot her a text. What's up? Then I go downstairs into the kitchen. Nobody's home again? It's like I live alone. Opening the fridge, I spot a covered plate left for me. I unwrap the foil to find oyakodon. Not a traditional breakfast, but delicious nonetheless. Nikki must have been practicing her recipes. As I dig in, I glance at my phone. Still, no response from Kaori. I'm starting to get a little concerned. She wouldn't call if she didn't have a good reason, so why isn't she responding? This isn't like her at all. I think something is bothering her. My heart drops as my mind wanders to the worst possible scenarios. She must be hurt and tried to call for help. Is she unconscious? There's no other reason she'd be acting this way. As the theories race in my mind, I take a deep breath to clear my head. I'm overreacting. It's probably nothing. But what if it's something? Still, she'd most likely be at her dorm right now, and campus is not far away. I could double check to make sure everything's okay. I guess I'm locked into making sure she's okay. I need to do a few things on campus, so I'll just stop by while I'm there. No big deal, right? I grab my keys and head to Ace. After a short drive, I arrive at the academy. I recall the building Kaori led me to when she was not quite feeling herself. I follow a group of girls into the building, and I'm about to join them at the elevator when a voice stops me.
Excuse me, may I help you?
It's the front desk agent for the dorm. This is an all-girls dorm, so it makes sense that I'd get stopped. I'm here to check up on my teammate, which is Kaori's room. None ya business. Well, I've got my green option, so I'm here to check up on my teammate. Hi, I'm on Gear Team Ace 204911. I'm here to meet with my teammate.
Of course, I just need to see your student ID.
I provide the proper identification.
Thanks, just one moment.
I fidgets as her fingers dance across the keyboard. Can't she type faster? I'm worried that the waifu's okay.
Mrs. Tommy hasn't acknowledged the buzzer.
Her phone died. We were chatting earlier.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. You're all set then.
You are some shoddy security if you're just gonna let me in there with an excuse like that. She hands me a visitor's pass.
Just swipe this on the elevator door and it'll guide you to your floor. Room number 45.
Thanks. Room 45. That was easy. Way too easy. I make my way to the elevators and swipe to activate them. I mean, I get they just swipe my ID, but still, without any sort of question as to why she isn't acknowledging the buzzer, odd. Following the instructions, I easily find room number 45 and knock on the door. No answer. The door flies open.
You!
Me! Kaori blinks at me in surprise.
What are you doing here?
I was worried about you. They called me Stalker-kun. Your security here is rubbish, by the way, but I was worried. Did you know? I just noticed here on the sign here it says Kaori check-in. I like that. That's a nice little touch. You called me, didn't leave a message, and then didn't reply when I texted and called you back. I thought something might be up.
Like what?
Like something happened.
I don't follow?
My face turns red. Does she seriously have no idea? This would be very awkward to explain.
Never mind. I don't want to know what you're thinking.
Yes, you do. Her face is red too. I think she finally got it. Anyway, why didn't you respond to any of my calls or messages? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
As she replies, I take up my phone and call her number. I hear it ring faintly somewhere in her room. Your phone seems to be working fine.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, you called me first. Then you ignored any of my attempts to call you back. Why would you ignore me unless your phone wasn't working?
You think too much into things.
Why did you call me? I think I deserve to know, especially after I came all this way. She crosses her arms and frowns. Come on.
I didn't ask you to come over here.
Yeah, but I'm here anyways. I'm about to retort when my stomach gurgles.
What was that?
Uh-oh. That would be my breakfast not agreeing with me. I need to use your bathroom.
No way! You're not getting in my room!
She tries to close the door on me, but I stop her with a foot. Seriously? This is an emergency? Trust me, I won't be able to make it home in time.
That's not my problem!
Kaori, what is it this time?
Oh, this time. Okay. That assumes that this has happened on more than one occasion where she is being loud with someone in the hallway. I turn towards the voice behind me. A girl wearing shorts and a tank top stands in the hallway, her hands on her hips. She freezes when she sees me, and her mouth drops open in horror. This isn't good. I'm sure all she's seeing is a strange man trying to force his way into Kaori's room. This isn't what it looks like.
I'm calling security!
Who do you think let me up here in the first place? Kaori lets go of the door and I crash onto the floor.
Wait, Himeki! It's okay! He's one of my piloting teammates.
Really?
Himeki glares at me.
He looks like a pervert to me.
What's with the pervert word from every girl in this school? Thanks for that. I rub my head as I slowly get back up.
It's okay. He's just picking something up.
More like dropping something off.
If you say so. But I'll be here in case he tries something.
Kaori smiles.
Thanks, but he wouldn't dare.
She's not wrong. She does still terrify me. Himeki glares at me one last time before she goes back to her room. Kaori returns to her room and closes the door behind us. Clearly irritated by what happened, she quickly points towards the bathroom.
Congratulations! You made it in. Now do your thing and leave. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, thanks. Oh, lighten up. Go do your business. Okay, thanks. I'll be quick. I head towards the bathroom. I shut the door behind me and get comfortable on the porcelain throne. Her bathroom is pristine clean. Her items on the sink are neatly lined up and there's no stray item that shouldn't be there. Alright, time to get out of here. I reach for the toilet paper and pull off the last sheet. Oh no, that's always the worst feeling too, and it's bad enough when you're in a strange place. She must have some in the cabinet. I open it up but can't find any extra rolls. The rest of the drawers yield the same result. Kaori? No answer. Kaori? Still no answer. Is she seriously doing this right now? I need TP. Fine, I'll just use something else. Kaori, nope, I need it. You don't have any more toilet paper.
Check the cabinet under the sink.
You don't think that's the first place I'd check given my predicament?
Ugh, give me a minute.
Sorry to be such an inconvenience to you. Why is she so moody? It's not my fault she has no toilet paper, and I just did you a favor. Now you're not stuck in the same predicament. Kaori opens what I assume is a closet door, and a few seconds later, knocks on the bathroom door. I open the door just a crack, and Kaori thrusts her hand in. I grab the coveted roll of toilet paper, and she disappears. I'm saved. After washing my hands, I exit the bathroom. Kaori sits on her bed, her phone in hand. Thanks. She shrugs, her eyes glued to her phone.
Sure.
So, that's it then.
Huh?
You won't tell me why you called?
It's nothing.
I sigh. All right. I can tell I'm clearly not needed here. Sorry to bother you. My hand is on the door when Kaori stops me.
Wait.
Oh, now you want my attention. I pause. She puts down her phone.
Can I ask you something?
Sure. She goes quiet and stares at her lap. Did she change her mind?
I'd been looking at different exchange programs and postgraduate opportunities in North America. More specifically, in the States. I was just curious about how things are over there. Maybe it'd be worth exploring those options?
New adventures. Japan is better for the gear industry. It's all the same. Globalization is too prevalent. I think she has a different question in mind. What possible different question should she have? But if she's looking to stay in gear, Japan is clearly better, it seems. If you are strictly thinking about your career growth, I believe Japan has better opportunities.
Really?
Yeah, they're still the leaders in Cenorobotics research and technological advancements. Many American pilots come to Japan searching for better opportunities, actually.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your input.
No problem. Was that everything?
Yeah. Sorry. That's why I called earlier. But it seemed like such a trivial thing that I didn't really want to bother you with it.
This isn't trivial at all. Besides, if there's something on your mind, I'm happy to listen. That's the whole point of being friends.
Okay.
She looks thoughtfully at me, processing what I just said. Is there something else you wanted to ask me? Her cheeks turn red and she quickly looks away.
Why would you think that?
The blush tells all. Because I know you, Kaori. She looks at me with surprise, then she sighs.
Actually, there is something else.
Really? What a surprise. I never would have thought that. What is it? She stands up from the bed and walks up to me. A lot closer than I was expecting. The heat flows into my face as she stares straight into my eyes.
After the match, when you...
She looks away, unsure about her words.
You know...
That's how I feel about you. I know what. And just sit here and do absolutely nothing and stare. To fill it in for her. Don't let her fumble with it. Normally I'm all for just letting him try to spell it out and play the dumb card, but she needs the help on this one, so I'm gonna take the lead, and that's how I feel. Yeah, I know. Her face is as bright as her hair.
I...
She struggles to speak, glancing at everything except me. Well, this is awkward.
Anime!
Okay, subject change. What?
I mean, the new season of Ninja Ranger is out. So, if you want, we can watch it. I mean, if you're not busy. Actually, you're probably busy. Forget I mentioned anything.
Oh, you are so cute when you're flustered. Sounds like fun. Netflix and chill? Who says that anymore, but sounds like fun. Sure, let's watch it.
Oh!
I didn't know it was possible, but her blush deepens and a small smile graces her lips.
Okay.
Weren't expecting that answer, huh?
Let me just load it up. You can sit here.
She points to the bed. My eyes grow wide. Is she suggesting what I think? Really? Her expression matches my own when she realizes what she's implied.
It becomes a couch. The dorm is small.
True to her words, she pulls out a handle and half of the bed folds up into a backrest. I take a seat as she fiddles around her computer and sets up the connection to her TV. She starts the first episode, then hesitates before sitting next to me. We watch the show in silence, but as I sneak discreet glances at her, I catch her sneaking glances at me too. Time to do the sneaky arm around the chair technique. Be confident and direct. I'm imagining things. Just focus on the show. No, I could try to do the whole sneaky thing, but she knows I care, but I'm just gonna straight up pull her in. Don't need to be sneaky. I know what those looks mean. Without hesitation, I wrap my arm around her shoulder. She tenses immediately.
What do you think you're doing?
Shh. Just let it happen.
Hey! You can't just do whatever you please!
Stop being such a tsundere all the time, Kaori.
Don't call me a tsundere!
Yeah, you know you are. Why? It's the truth.
I'm not a tsundere!
That's a very tsundere thing to say. She hits my chest. I did kind of ask for that one. You're really not helping your case.
Ugh! You're such an idiot!
She frowns, but I grin. If you really want me to stop, just tell me, and I will. Why? She looks tiny in comparison to me, yet I'm still kind of doing the sneaky hand thing. She snuggles closer into me in response. I try to focus on the show, but all I can think about is how her chest rises and falls with each breath she takes. I pull her in closer, and she eagerly responds by placing a hand on my chest. Her hair tickles my cheek, and I catch a whiff of her shampoo. It smells so good, like peaches in summer. I gently brush her hair away. At my touch, she glances up at me, and my fingers trace the outline of her cheek. Slowly, we lean in towards each other, getting closer and closer, until our lips finally meet. Kaori's kiss is surprisingly gentle. She blushes as we finally pull away, but flashes me a small smile. We run through the entire season of Ninja Ranger before we realize how late it is. That's what happens. After saying goodbye, I head home. Well, that was quite the day. That was a great way to spend the day. It's been 2 weeks since the Exceed concert and my conversation with Uncle Kaito. In that time, my team is still undefeated and stronger than ever. Kaori, Sho, Mayu, and I put in extra hours of practice as we prepare ourselves for more difficult opponents. Things have been going amazingly well between Kaori and I. Ever since I showed up unannounced in her room, Kaori has been non-stop sending me health tips and recipes. I can't tell if she's trying to hint at something or if she's just sharing another interest with me. Either way, I use it to my advantage and get delicious Kaori-made bentos whenever I ask for samples of her recipes. I'm sure she's caught on that I just want to eat her cooking, but she doesn't seem to mind. Nikki is up to her usual tricks in the kitchen. When they were short-staffed at the cafe, Nikki finally had her chance to show off her skills as a cook. She impressed the chef so much that she no longer has to spend her time washing dishes. Of course, with greater responsibility comes longer hours at work. Uncle Kaito has been working harder than ever. This last week in particular, he's been leaving the house earlier in the morning and coming home way past midnight. I have a feeling it's not just work that's keeping him busy. Maybe he's started to reconcile his relationship with a certain favorite aunt. Alright, it's Halloween party time at Ace Academy, so what are we gonna end up wearing? Be one of the Ninja Rangers, Legolas from Lord of the Gears, a sexy police officer, or Batman, the Dark Knight? Well, we're trying to impress the waifu, so one of the Ninja Rangers. Time to cosplay my favorite anime. I pull up my Balance, the Ranger of Justice outfit. Balance might not have been my favorite Ranger, but he definitely has the coolest outfit of all of them. After prepping and changing into my costume, I hop on my bike and head to campus. Kaori grabs my arm before I can join the rest of the group.
Hey, you.
Oh, hey. Hi. Her eyes sparkle as a smile graces her lips.
You dressed up as Balance.
Yep, I thought you might like it. I picked out my costume with you in mind. She nods.
It suits you.
And I get the heart. This is a good Halloween day. Kaori self-consciously places a hand on her bare hip and looks away.
So, what do you think of this outfit?
Kawaii desune. Cute, a bit revealing, but I mean, it's adorable. She's adorable. I smile warmly. You look amazing.
Really? You think it looks good?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can make anything look good. Some bonus points on that one. Kaori's face is as red as her hair, and she smiles.
Thank you. Let's go meet up with the rest of the team.
Before they get suspicious and start, yelling at us for hand-holding or something like that. All right.
Who's the king?
I offer my glorious crown, or chopstick.
Brosif's got it. What is your command, your majesty?
Let's think for a moment. I command... Number 1 to give me a kiss. Number 2 to give me a tight hug. Number 3 to give me a massage. Number 4 to sit on my lap. Number 5 to count to 10. Number 1, come here and give me a big ol' smooch. Number 1 to give me a kiss on the lips. Everyone quickly checks their numbers. Some of them sigh in relief while others wait in anticipation.
Woo! It's not me.
Darn, that was what I was really hoping for, show. Way to ruin my evening. Thank God for that. That would have been weird. I'm playing this really risky, too. Who is it, then? Kaori stands so quickly, her chair wobbles. Her face is bright red while someone's eager with anticipation.
I want a redraw!
The king's orders are absolute!
What the blonde cat girl said. The rest of the group murmur their agreements with Valerie. I guess nobody wants to take Kaori's place. They're missing out.
What? Come on!
What's the big deal? Aren't you two dating?
What Yosuke says. Kaori's blush deepens.
Shut up!
Mayu sighs.
I'm disappointed by you, Kaori.
Huh?
Mayu looks down.
I always looked up to you and knew I could trust you because you always keep your word. But now I
think I hear faint sniffles.
Ugh. Fine.
I think she's playing a game, and if she is, she's good. Mayu looks up with dry eyes and a smile on her face as if nothing happened. Wow, you just got convinced to do this by Mayu, and she played you like a fiddle. She's devious. Luckily, Kaori was too focused on me to notice Mayu, but judging by everyone else's expression, they're all just as surprised by her performance as I am. Kaori marches up to me. Why, hello there.
Shut up! Don't make this worse than it is.
You weren't complaining a few days ago when we were watching Ninja Rangers. She sits down next to me and places both her hands on the space between us on the chair. She looks at me, then closes her eyes and aims for my cheek. Oh, I'm a sneaky little SOB. As she leans in, I turn my face so her lips meet mine. Kaori quickly opens her eyes and pulls back.
You? Why? Don't just... I can't... You...
I think I successfully broke Kaori.exe. Kaori hits my chest, but her face is bright red and she avoids eye contact with me. She shifts uncomfortably and breathes out in a huff. I never knew I could make Kaori speechless.
Kaori is so adorable when she's like this.
I know, right?
Shut up!
Aw, she is.
Thank you.
Shut up!
I always knew she...
Now you're gonna get hit. Kaori smacks Sho hard on the arm.
They all said something. Why am I the only one being assaulted?
Because you're the only one whose name was Sho.
Because you're an idiot!
That too. The group bursts into laughter. Kaori sits down, arms crossed and pouty, but I know her well enough to know she is actually happy underneath that angry facade. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. A facade. We played a few more rounds of the King's game, and Sho never once drew the colored stick. And that is going to mark the end of part 3 of the Kaori route. I hope you guys really do enjoy that as well. If you do, let me know in the comments down below, and or by hitting that like button as well. It really does help me out. If you are new to the channel or have not done so already, make sure to unleash your power by hitting the subscribe button down below today as well for more content like this and ringing that little bell. And I will see all you heroes in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.